India saw one of the largest gathering in Ayodhya on 22nd of January. The Ram temple consecration ceremony was attended by the who's who of the country, and the organizer of this event, I'm saying it event, was Vishwa Hindu Parishad. It was all planned by Vishwa Hindu Parishad and executed by Vishwa Hindu Parishad as well. At present with me is Mr. Milind Parande, who is the Secretary General of Vishwa Hindu Parishad, and he is going to talk about the idea behind the Ram temple and the consecration ceremony and the effects and the consequences of this event. Milindji, welcome to the show. We would like to know from you why another temple was built and what was the role of Vishwa Hindu Parishad in organizing the event, and how do you look at the prospectus of the Sri Ram temple in Ayodhya?
Actually, there are so many Ram temples, so this question is very natural, that why another Ram temple. But if you will look at it, there is only one Rama Janma Bhumi temple, because there is only one Rama Janma Bhumi. And that temple was destroyed by foreign aggressors just to humiliate the Hindu society. And Hindu society has been fighting many battles to build that temple. And this has been going on for centuries, from generations to generations. And the result of all that, the Supreme Court handed over that land of Rama Janma Bhumi to Hindu society. So this issue, you can look at the response that the issue has evoked. This Prana Pratishtha issue has evoked not only in Bharat but even outside Bharat. We are estimating that this program took place on 22nd in at least 5 lakh places in Bharat, and not only in Bharat but outside Bharat in at least 60 countries, more than 60 countries also. So this spontaneous response that the Hindu society has given shows the importance of this issue in the minds, in the Hindu psyche all over the world, because it is not about only Bhagwan Shri Ram being an avatar of Bhagwan Vishnu, because Bhagwan Shri Ram ji is Maryada Purushottam, a Rashtra Purush. So it attaches this issue to the sense of identity also, and sense of pride, because whatever Bhagwan Shri Ram ji lived, he lived Hindu Jivan Mulya in his life. These are the life values that denote what is the Hindu darshan. So he is the ideal, how a human being should live, and that is why that has touched everybody's heart. And Diwali is celebrated in Hindu tradition because Bhagwan Shri Ram ji returned to Ayodhya on the day of Amavasya. So that day Deepavali was done. And what happened on 22nd, in a way, it was even bigger than any Diwali that is celebrated. It was so spontaneous.
Politicized by the Bharatiya Janata Party, and this function, this consecration ceremony, I would like to say, that it is going to benefit the Bharatiya Janata Party only. It was the event of the Bharatiya Janata Party, not of the people. What is your response to that?
Actually, this question is very foolish. This objection is not the question, sorry. The objection is very foolish, because this agitation has been going on for last almost 5 centuries. So many battles have been fought, and saying this is insulting the 3.5 lakh people who have sacrificed their lives for bringing about this into reality. So one should not object in that way. Secondly, the Tirtha Kshetra invited to all the heads of the political parties. They invited everybody without any discrimination. But some political parties chose to ignore or oppose or refuse this invitation. I mean, so many people were so eager to receive invitation. I really cannot understand how they can refuse. So anybody who opposes Ramji, nothing good can come for them. That is something they have to understand. In this country, Ram is the Maryada Purushottam. Ram is the Adarsha person. Bhagwan Shri Ramji has lived everything that we hold very sacred, very dear to the heart. His Maryada Purushottam. So his Prana Pratishtha program is a very, very important issue. So some people came. BJP has supported this agitation. Some people have opposed it. But Tirtha Kshetra invited everybody. No discrimination. Now if they complain that this is a political program, that is not correct. Because it is their own actions of opposing or supporting that is giving whatever effects that will give in the society.
But do you think the BJP is going to reap the benefit of this consecration ceremony? Because what I'm saying is, elections are coming closer and there is a Ramamay atmosphere in the country. That is what the BJP is saying. And the BJP is looking at gaining 400 seats because of the Ram temple ceremony. Do you agree that the BJP will get a political benefit of this whole ceremony?
I think even if BJP gets political benefit out of this, why should anybody feel jealous about it? Why not they should receive? See, whatever is good for the Hindus is good for the country here. Hindu culture is the culture of this country. Hindu history is the history of this country. And what is good for the Hindus is good for the country. So Vishwa Hindu Parishad believes that whoever sits in power, either in the state or in center, they should care about the benefit of the Hindus. And that is why anybody who will help Hindus will benefit from it. It is as simple as that, and there is nothing wrong. But benefit of Hindu is not detrimental to anybody else's benefit also. It is not doing, harm to anybody. Hindu benefit will not harm anybody's benefits also.
Okay. Another question is about the Gyanvapi Mandir or the Gyanvapi dispute. The court has said that it was the ASI survey has said that it was a temple and the temple was demolished and a mosque was built. The court has allowed the puja there at the one of the places. Is there any plan? Are you planning anything on Gyanvapi as well after Ram temple? Can we say that it's yes, Kashi Mathura Baki hai? That was the slogan. So is it first Kashi and then Mathura? What are your plans on this?
See, I think it is the pledge of the Hindu society that they will receive the temples of Mathura and Kashi, both. So definitely whatever Hindu society decides, they will get it. We believe that. Definitely they will get it. And you only have to look at the temple of Kashi, Gyanvapi, whatever masjid it is called, that it is, a temple was destroyed and a masjid was built with the material and on the same site. You only have to look at it. Now whatever the results of the archaeological survey are, they are just supporting what is very evident. And that is why whatever the historical evidence is there, whatever the archaeological evidence is there, we are very sure that Hindus will eventually get this temple. We are very sure on the strength of what we understand is the evidence. And we are very happy that the court has given this decision of starting the puja that was going on anyway 30 years ago. So it was anyway going on, it was stopped and now it is starting again. So Hindu society is very happy and we are expecting that very soon favorable decisions will come on the strength of the evidence as we understand it.
But will there be any mass movement like Sri Ram Janmabhoomi temple? Is Vishwa Hindu Parishad going to hold that kind of agitation again?
Actually, what will be the best way is for the Muslim society to hand over both the temples to the Hindu society. That is what should happen. That will be the benefit for the country and the society, both. But I do not think that any agitation will be required as the situation stands now. And probably Hindu society will get both those temples without having to do any agitation.
That means you are saying that judicial system is the only solution to that. You are not coming on the streets.
I have answered your question.
But is there any dialogue with the Muslim community regarding the handing over of this temple?
The dialogue has been going on for so many years, and with Rama Janmabhoomi happening, does one have to do dialogue every time? That is also one should think. See, that is why I said earlier that if the Muslim society hands it over to the Hindu society, that will be the right thing. It is already very late. It should have been done long back, because this is not a new process. Even Somnath temple was built right at the time of independence. And Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Mahatma Gandhiji, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, K.M. Munshiji, all these stalwarts were involved in building of the Somnath temple. And that time Mahatma Gandhiji has stated a very important statement in his Prarthana Sabha. He said that the Muslims of the country, they must not attach their loyalties to foreign invaders. That will be a very wrong step to take. This is something one should understand. So Rama Janmabhoomi, it was also applied. So what is important, that what is so valuable to the Hindu society, one should recognize that sentiment. And if one cannot recognize that sentiment even after Somnath temple and even after Rama Janmabhoomi, then I don't know what to say.
But Milindji, again the same question. Vishwa Hindu Parishad represents the Hindu community. Is there any plan to awake the Hindu community regarding Gyanvapi or Mathura temple? Are you planning anything in future?
I think whatever is required, Hindu society will do it, and Hindu society is capable of it.
Vishwa Hindu Parishad is not doing anything.
See, everything Hindu society is doing, even Rama Janmabhoomi agitation, Hindu society did it. Hindu society has been doing it for so many centuries. We just came along and joined that agitation. It is not something Vishwa Hindu Parishad started. And even for Kashi and Mathura, if Hindu society requires to do anything, Hindu society is capable of thinking about those ways and putting them on ground also.
But do you think the leaders of Vishwa Hindu Parishad or Bajrang Dal or even RSS, they got their due credit for the construction of Ram temple because it was built on their agitation, their movement?
See, I think the success and efforts are of the Hindu society. We are part of the Hindu society, and that is where the credit is also of the Hindu society.
So one thing is very clear, you are not staking any claim that we built it, we did it, nothing else.
It is the credit of the Hindu society.
But the people, like the political opponents, are saying it is because of the Supreme Court, not because of the society. Supreme Court gave
Surely, Supreme Court has given on the strength of the evidence and on the strength of the struggle also. That is true. And they have accepted the faith of the Hindu society because it has been held for so many years, and there is evidence because that is the truth, and that is the Supreme Court has given it.
Okay. One more thing, Milindji, I would like to know from you that there is an atmosphere, people are saying, your right-wing organizations are saying that
we are not right-wing, we are center. This is the central thought of this country. Hindutva thought is the central thought of this country.
Okay. The central thought is saying that Hindu are awaked, they are awaking now, and this will lead to India, this will lead India to a prosperous state. How do you think that why the awakening of Hindus will lead to prosperity? What is the process and what are your concepts of prosperity?
See, Bharat means, just to relate it with the temples only, when you look at the corridor, when you look at Kashi, Vishwanath, when the corridor has been made, if you look at Ujjain, where the corridor has been made there also, and then you look at Sri Rama Janmabhoomi temple, where the Pran Pratishtha has taken place, temple will be completed within 1 or 2 years. Everywhere the flow of Tirtha Yatris has increased many folds. Means every day lakhs of people are coming. When lakhs of people are coming, they are eating food, they are staying, they are buying many things. So it has galvanized the economy there. So the economy of Tirtha Kshetra is a huge economy. It is much bigger than tourism, and it is much more than tourism. Tirtha is a very important aspect of Hindu life, because this is a Dharma Prana society. It believes in Dharma, it follows Dharma. And that is why one aspect is that having Tirtha, developing Tirtha will definitely help the financial state of that city, that state, and eventually the country. One aspect is that. Then when along with all these activities, as I said, that Rama Janmabhoomi Andolan is associated with a sense of pride, sense of identity, Swabhimana Jagaran, Asmita Jagaran also. And with this awakening, definitely all the qualities that are endowed in the Hindu psyche, they are, bearing fruit now. Like we will see that many, financial experts or many authors also have written that during the time of 16th or 17th century, the part of the total world health that was in the hands of Hindus was almost 32%, 33%. So that has happened only 400 years ago. So Hindu society was like that, so rich in every aspect. And that is why there has been so much aggression against this country, because of that wealth only. So now as Hindus are coming into their own being now, they are awakening, they are becoming organized, their strength is awakening, their total activism is also awakening. It will lead to all types of prosperity. And that prosperity of the Hindu society will be for the well-being of the humanity and world also. Whatever strength that is, being awakened through Hindu organization and the upliftment of this society will not be against anybody. It will be for Vishwa Kalyan. Like this time Bharat incidentally became the president of the G20 system total. So what was the slogan Bharat gave? That one earth, one family and one future. That is how Hindu thinking is. That Hindu awakening, Hindu strength, Hindu prosperity, Hindu power is not to harm anybody. It is for the well-being of the total humanity, and not only humanity, total creation.
Milindji, one last question I would like to know from you, that Vishwa Hindu Parishad or Sangha Parivar, they were demanding rights over the 3 temples which are close to their hearts of every Hindu. There is Ayodhya, Kashi and Mathura. Even the Sarasangha Chalak is saying that there is no need to find Shivlinga beneath each and every masjid. Can we say that after Kashi and Mathura, neither Vishwa Hindu Parishad nor Sangha will go for any other masjid? This will be an end. After these 3 temples, there won't be any other agitation. There won't be anything, any demand regarding the temples and masjids.
I think I don't need to comment on what Pujniya Sarasangha Chalak ji has said. What he has said is self-explanatory and sufficient.
But as a leader of Vishwa Hindu Parishad, is there any plan?
I have answered you.
Milindji, what are future plans of Vishwa Hindu Parishad? Are you trying to get some other things, or are you trying to focus on the redevelopment of the temples or reconstruction of the temples? What are your plans?
See, Vishwa Hindu Parishad was established in 1964 and we got attached to Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Andolan in 1984. So Vishwa Hindu Parishad was born with certain agenda, and that was of Hindu organization or making the Hindu society, faultless in every respect. So right now our priorities will be that, one of the priorities will be that how we can free Hindu temples from government control. We wish that Hindu society should handle Hindu temples. The administration of the Hindu temples as well as the property management of the Hindu temples should be handled by Hindu society on the whole. And in the management and handling, every section of the Hindu society should be involved. That is what we feel. In this, what is more important is that the donations, Hindu donations that are coming for the temple activity, we feel that Hindu money should be spent only for Hindu cause. So how that system can be developed. And thirdly, there must be a dispute resolution mechanism for whatever problems arise in this management of the property or the conducting of the temples. So that is why certain legal luminaries, then many sadhus and acharyas and Vishwa Hindu Parishad Karyakartas have formed one think tank which will look after to propose a model for this. So we have prepared a model. So that model will have to be tried in certain state. When that model comes into public domain, then there will be a feedback, and for every state then there can be some other, some we'll have to tweak it according to each state. So that is one issue that we want to pay attention to. Second is that Vishwa Hindu Parishad is committed for the protection of the cow and her progeny. There are actually two effective laws in the country. One is Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act and Animal Preservation Act, but there is no implementation of these laws. So we want proper implementation of laws, and if necessary in some states and central level certain cow protection laws. So that is our target. Thirdly, religious convergence, matantaran, is a big challenge. Our country was divided, partitioned because of this one reason. So there must be effective central and state laws for stopping of the conversion. So Vishwa Hindu Parishad is trying for that, because this is conversion activity or proselytization is anti-constitutional, and much of the proselytization that is happening by Christian missionary organizations or section of the Muslim society who are indulging in love jihad is through coercion, force, or fraud or allurement, and all these three things are anti-constitutional as explained in our constitution. So effective legal framework and effective implementation of this legal framework is required. We will be trying for many of these things.
Okay, fine. This was Milind Parande. He has clearly said that Vishwa Hindu Parishad will not agitate anything. It will be up to the Hindu society to reclaim the temples, and that will be the future plan.